I've had people ask me, is it good to carry some credit card debt from month to month? But in general, it's better to pay your credit card bills in full without leaving any balance. There's no meaningful benefit to your credit score to carry a balance of any size. With that in mind, it's suggested to keep your overall balance below 30% of your overall credit card limit. But for me, I pay mine down to 1%, and when it reports, I pay it off completely because it's easy to get into credit card debt, and credit card debt is real. What is up, team? It's your boy Sledge with the Sledging team, back with another video. And today, we're going to talk about Navy Federal, how to join a credit union, and the many benefits of joining Navy Federal Credit Union. And you know, over here at Sledging, we get straight to business, so let's get to it. Now, Navy Federal Credit Union is the largest credit union in the nation with over 12 million members and over 155 billion in total assets. Now, that may not compare to some of the major players like Bank of America or Chase, but for a credit union, those are huge numbers. Navy Federal, like most credit cards in general, are relationship based, meaning the more products that you use with them, the more likely you are to get approved for their credit cards, high limit credit cards, low interest loans, and lines of credit. All current and former members of the military, as well as Department of Defense employees, are eligible to join Navy Federal Credit Union, but there's other ways to join as well. You could be a parent, grandparent, spouse, child, grandchild, or even a household member of somebody that's in the military or former member. And after you become a member, your parents, grandparents, children, or any household members are eligible to become members of Navy Federal Credit Union. You can apply online, but for me, I found it easier to just call in and have a rep set me up. It took about 10 minutes of my time. You're gonna have to provide your name, social, information from your driver's license, what branch of military you serve, or whatever it is that makes you eligible to join Navy Federal Credit Union. A minimum of $5 is gonna be needed in order to open a savings account to become a member. So be ready to have your debit card, credit card, external checking account, or external savings account so you can give them the information to fund your Navy Federal savings account. Remember, if you use a credit card to fund the account, some banks may look at that as a cash advance, and those banks will charge you a cash advance fee. But there are those banks that look at it as a payment. So when I opened my account, your boy dropped $505 from my PenFed Power Cash Rewards card and got 2% cash back on that $505 payment. Now do what you want with that information because PenFed is a solid credit union that we'll talk more about in future videos. Anyways, after you fund that account, you're all set. Now for Navy Federal products, they pull from TransUnion FICO 9, but they also have their own internal scoring system that ranks your scores from 100 to 450. And just like with any other scoring system, the higher your score, the better chances you have for approvals and lower interest rates. But for the same reason, people have reported getting very high credit limits with very low interest rates with mediocre scores. And there are also those people that have high FICO scores that get denied for Navy Federal products because they don't have a long enough relationship and a low internal score. The thing with the internal score though is you can only get it with an approval or a denial letter. But different data points show that if your score is over 250, then you have good approval odds. But you know your boy had to test that theory. So on my second day of membership, I applied for the Navy Federal More Rewards card and was approved for $25,000. When I got my approval letter in the mail, my internal score was 249, and I'm assuming they got that information from my FICO 9 TransUnion because I didn't have a relationship with them before that date. Navy Federal has 5 unsecured cards, but you can only have 3, and you can have a total combined credit limit of $80,000. That's $80,000. Now the Navy Federal flagship card, that single card can have up to an $80,000 credit limit, while the other 5 unsecured cards can go up to $50,000. Now keep in mind Now, if you hold a Navy Federal flagship card and get it to an $80,000 credit limit, that's the only Navy Federal card you can have unless you reallocate some of that limit to another card. So just like some other issuers, you can reallocate some of your credit limit to some of your other cards as long as you've had that Navy Federal credit card for at least a year. Their credit card interest rates start at 8.99%. It can go up to 18%, but that is much lower than the national average. Now here's one of the superpowers of Navy Federal credit cards. After holding a card for over a year, you can request the lowering of your APR. So for the members of my team out there that like to keep balances on their cards for whatever reason, after a year, you can call Navy Federal and ask them to lower the APR on your card, essentially lowering your credit card bill. Now there are many data points and different creators that say after 91 days, you can go to Navy Federal and request a credit limit increase up to $8,000 on any of their credit cards. But for me, after 91 days, I went to go try to get a credit limit increase on the More Rewards card and got that good old denial. So I called the reconsideration line and got that good old denial again. But they started your boy with 25K, so I can't be too mad. And since then, they hit me off with two separate $2,000 increases without me asking, so the card's sitting at $29,000. Now in this credit card game, you win some and you lose some. But since I lost on that credit limit increase, your boy needed a win. So I went in and applied for the Navy Federal Gold Rewards card, and guess what happened? Your boy got approved for 11K. Now go figure, they denied me for an 8K increase, but approved me for 11K on another card the same exact day. Disclaimer, if you go to get a credit limit increase from Navy Federal, do it from the app or do it online. If you call in, there's a strong chance that they will do a hard pull on your credit. In 2023, I'm going to apply for their flagship card. Since I had American Express Platinum, I just haven't been in a rush to apply for it. The flagship is Navy Federal's travel card, and the only card that comes with an annual fee, and that annual fee is only $49. Now this was just part one of my Navy Federal saga, so stay tuned because there's much more to come. Now if you got anything out of this video or was just entertained, hit that thumbs up, share the video, but most importantly, drop a salute emoji down in the comment section. And remember, change is inevitable, but growth is optional. Your boy Sledge, salute.